Hello. Today we are at the Invest in Stuttgart, and I have the opportunity to speak with Meyer. He works as a chemical engineer for Saturn Oil and Gas from Canada. And maybe you'll introduce yourself, Jordan.
Yeah, thanks, Mario, for having me. I'm Jordan Meyer. I'm the engineering manager at Saturn Oil and Gas. I've got about 10 years oil and gas experience as a chemical engineer, specializing in petroleum. And I've worked in both Canada and the US, and I've worked from exploring for deep gas in addition to field operations in Canada. So I've got a pretty good feel for overall, the differences between the two countries and how they operate when it comes to developing oil and gas.
I heard that you were working in Germany as well.
Yeah, I moved to Germany for 2 years. Actually just left in 2020, so fairly recently, and I was involved in active operations over here. So it was really good to see how Germany compared relative to Canada when it came to developing energy.
Okay, interesting. Tell me about the ability of execution of the work that you can do in Canada.
Yeah, it's definitely a stark difference between Germany and Canada in terms of what you can get done and how fast you can do it. So in Canada, we're used to a fairly fast-paced environment. We have services readily available to drill wells and bring production online. In Germany, it's quite a different situation where you're actively outsourcing services from other countries and bringing them in. And a result of that, it really delays the timelines in which you can get done. So why that's important is the fact that when it comes to capital allocation, when it comes to competing for capital and drilling wells between different countries, the countries that can't do it quite as quickly fall in terms of priority because it affects the rate of return. And so as a result of that, we definitely saw the challenge of operating in Germany, where we're competing with North America, where they're able to execute fast and deliver quick RORs on the projects.
But this has also a lot of impact on the cost.
It absolutely does. Typically, between the two jurisdictions, we are seeing 25 to 75% cost increase coming into Germany. And really that's a result of things not being done at scale here in Germany. The oil and gas industry isn't the main focus. There's a lot of car manufacturing here. Oil and gas, because you don't have that scale, you're not able to bring costs down and therefore improve the economics of the projects.
Okay, so I heard that the industry in Canada is very corporate friendly. So that means, from my understanding, that everybody who lives there or is working there has access to the data that is available.
Yeah, and that's definitely kind of the big highlights for me, especially being an engineer working on the technical team, is that the data in North America is public. In Germany, the data is private. It's confidential to the owner. And what that means is people around them can actually understand how development has gone over time. And as a result of that, it stifles competition. So what we're used to in Canada, we can see our competitors developing, we can see the latest frac technologies coming out, we can see the latest development techniques and water flood plans. In Germany, it's really tough to decipher what's working and what isn't, because you don't even have a starting point without the data.
Oh, that's tough information.
It definitely makes it tricky. It makes my job tricky, and I definitely spent a lot more time hunting for data as opposed to using the data to make better decisions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I've noticed is that Canada is a very environmental friendly country. So when we have the opportunity to decide if we want to buy oil from Russia or from Canada or from OPEC countries, I think the ESG component is very relevant. What is your view?
Absolutely. That's one thing that makes me really proud of bringing Canadian energy to the world stage, is that Canada has some of the most strict environmental protection regulations in the world. We're in the top 1% of ESG performance. We value and prioritize gender equality, human rights, and unfortunately that's not something that all oil-producing nations can say for themselves. So for me, working in the industry, working as a technical person to develop energy for the world, that makes me really proud, and it allows us to help other countries strive for energy independence.
Good. This is a good ending. Thank you very much, Jordan, and have a nice day in Stuttgart.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Mario.